Welcome to the Empowering Humanity Show with Aimmee Kodachian, where you can find inspiration, education, healing, peace, and hope. Today's guests: Kim Bullock-Hennix, lifestyle and abundance coach, mindset expert, spiritual teacher, personal development specialist, and elite international transformational speaker. Tim Zimmerman, New York Times bestselling author, founder and CEO of SM3Success.com, award-winning multi-million-dollar producer, Fortune 500 corporate trainer, and executive coach. And now, let's welcome Aimmee and her guests.
Today we are going to have a great subject, and that is how to turn your obstacles into opportunities. And a lot of people, they face obstacles, but they don't know how to turn it into opportunities. And I know both of you have a lot to share today, because I know you've been through obstacles and you did turn your obstacles into opportunities. And I'm going to start ladies first. How's that sound?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of your obstacles that you've been going through, and then how you turned them into opportunities.
The first thing is, especially as a mindset coach, it's just really important to keep your mind elevated constantly. Mm-hmm. And so as I face different adversities and I face different obstacles in life, what I've learned is that it's important for me to always remember who I am. You know, we get lost in the day-to-day and we focus more on the problem instead of, okay, the capability that we have to overcome it. And so what I found is using the mindset of, okay, I'm going to think abundant, I'm going to really attack this, I'm not going to just sit back and let it happen to me. I believe everything in life that has happened to me is for me, actually. It's not against me. So one particular situation, I remember I had planned this big event, and it was my very first Ambitious Woman seminar that I had planned. And I put out all these flyers and all this information, and I mean, it was just really huge to me. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna have all these people here. It's gonna be amazing. I get there, and there were 4 people in the audience. And I, you know, at that moment, I'm just like, okay.
That would take your spirit down.
Right. I'm like, I did all this promotion and all this energy I put into having this phenomenal event. And it was like 4 or 5 people in the audience, and I still had to carry on. I still had to smile. I still had to, you know, in front of those 4 people. But you know what I did? I said, okay, I can choose right now to make these 4 people feel bad because the other 800 that I was expecting didn't show up. Or I can cherish the 4 people that are in the room and just focus on the ones who did decide to show up, the ones who do want more in life. And that's what I did. I said, you know what, the 4 that's in the room, I'm gonna, you know, treat you like, you know, you are, you know, VIP. You're, you know what I'm saying? You are the people who want what it is that, you know, we're providing at that event. And it was women's empowerment, personal growth, overcoming obstacles. And I was just so, at the end of that event, we did more transformation with those 4 women. It was so much power in that room.
Because you connected through the heart.
Yes.
Right, yes. One-on-one, and everything meant to be. What would you say to someone, they don't know how to really, if they look at this, oh, I spent so much money and then I have only 4 people, well, I'm just gonna come, you know, really panic about it.
Yes.
What would you say to how to switch your mindset, which you just said, you switched your mindset. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So you have to catch yourself when you're going through obstacles. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And with that attitude, I realized it was a test, right? It was a test that I was going through to truly see how bad I wanted it.
I like that. I like that.
It was a test.
Everything is a test.
Everything is a test.
Yes.
And so with that, you know, just really pouring into the 4 women that did show up. Well, the next event got bigger, and the next event got bigger, and now we have standing, like the standing room only. You know, we had to start somewhere, you know, and I'm grateful I didn't give up, because that could have really.
Look where you're at now.
Right, absolutely.
Look where you're at now. You have a lot of women following you, and you're beautiful, and your energy, you're passing it on. So not giving up on who you are.
Absolutely.
You know, you trusted who you are, right?
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And Kim, I know you have a lot of obstacles you've been faced as well. And each one of us have a different type of obstacles. I don't believe your obstacles more than her obstacles, or your obstacles are more than my obstacles. Each one of us just have a different kind of experience, right? Can you share with us some of your experience?
Well, part of my message is a message of hope to all of everyone that's going through obstacles, especially going through them from a young age, because I was a child of an alcoholic. I was number 6 of 9. I had 3 older brothers, 2 older sisters. My father was an alcoholic. And those types, if you're in those types of situations all the time, you know, where there's yelling and screaming and you know, verbal abuse and some physical abuse and all of those types of things, you look for ways to overcome it and get over it. And that's what I did in going through the training that I've gone through. And I started that training at 19 years old with Think and Grow Rich, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, The Magic of Believing, and then got into the Dale Carnegie courses and
those powerful courses,
and was trained to teach all 5 of the courses. And then I went a step further in trying to learn how to control my own thoughts and get out of the negative patterns that were created from my childhood. Because I got beat up all the time. You know, people talk about bullying now, and it's like, back then they said it was teasing. You know, it's you know, brothers, you know, making you tough, you know, type of thing. And I took that out on the football field and wrestling and all of that, and was a champion in all of that. But what happens, what I found is that those patterns, unless you do something about them, they continue to repeat and repeat and repeat. And that's what I do now, not only with myself, but with other individuals, one-on-one coaching or the training that I do, is to actually overcome and replace the negative patterns, negative belief systems, negative dramas and traumas that people
to switch them.
Go to. Because that's, if you don't, they continue.
Yes.
Because what's in your unconscious, subconscious creates your thoughts, and then those things create your reality.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, this is what I believe. I truly believe life can make you or break you. Mm-hmm. So, which one you choose to do?
Yes.
Is it you wanna go through your experience and have life to break you, or do you want to choose to learn and go around it and make you? And you know, maybe if you did not have that kind of parents, you wouldn't take the action to really search. You want to survive. So basically, what you're saying is that fight for yourself, find different way to breathe, and find different way to do things, and that's what you did.
Right, and there's hope for everyone. So, you know, no matter how hard it is going through what you're going through, you can get through it.
And it's happening maybe for you.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Not to you.
To you.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening for you to make you stronger.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Isn't that beautiful message here we're getting? Because you know, I believe people can look at you and me and say, oh, look at them, they're successful, they're authors, they have this, they have that, but they don't understand what made us where we're at now is we had to go through the obstacles and challenges, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What else would you like to share with your wisdom that you went through in life?
Well, one thing that I've learned is the lack mentality will look at a difficult situation and they'll say, there's just no way. You know, they'll say, there's no way that I can do it, and they put up a mindset block, right? So instead of seeing, okay, this is, you know, for me to grow, but with an abundant mentality, they see the opportunity in every difficulty instead of seeing the difficulty in every opportunity.
Absolutely.
So just know that they're stepping stones, right? Each obstacle you might face in life is just getting you stronger, and it's helping you to grow, and it's helping you to get in a position of greatness. We're all birthed into greatness, and so it's up to us to take ownership of that. And you can choose to either, you know, sink and swim, or you're going to choose to spread your wings and fly with the greatness that you were equipped with, right? And so that's what I've always believed, you know, is that we have it within us to be great and to shine. And don't dim your diamond. You know, that's something, if you look at a diamond, right? A diamond, it radiates, whether anybody likes it or not, or whether anyone says, I don't like diamonds, that diamond is still going to shine no matter what.
Absolutely. Now, let me say something. And I hear that a lot from people. So you made it, you're there, and you don't, people, they don't believe that we still go through obstacles and challenges. And that is just, it never stops, obstacles and challenges. Is that something we want to deliver, that message to people, to tell them is never stop, really?
Correct. And a couple of things from that came up for me when you were talking was that in the book Think and Grow Rich, there's a line in there that every failure has the seed of success in it. Yeah. And that's part of what you're saying is look for the opportunity. That's like with a number of the most wealthy people in the world, when there were difficulties happening in the world, they would actually look at what's the opportunity. What can I do to, help people but make money, type of thing.
To learn from it and see what can, because every time you're discovering something, you're growing.
Absolutely.
Right? If everything is good, then we're not growing. Mm-hmm. We don't grow with that,
Right. And I believe that you look at rich people, there's a lot of miserable rich people. And that is part of the challenge that I help them overcome, because if you have $20 million in the bank and you're miserable and everybody else around you is miserable as far as your family and your relationships and business relationships aren't there, is that really success? To me personally, it's not.
Yeah, money is not success. Money is just a tool to drive you from where you want to go, from here to here, but it's never going to give you the deep happiness that you create. Would you agree that deep happiness comes when we really find different way of overcoming obstacles? And we feel like we got it, we did something, we find our own way, confidence shows up. So it's an opportunity to grow from there. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yes, because what happens is every obstacle you overcome, you get that much more faith, and so your faith is increased and you don't look at the fear of a situation. Now you're like, okay, if I can take this step, I can take two more. So it builds it's like a courage builder within you that ends up happening. And so it's important to take those leaps of faith and to think bigger than you've ever thought before, because that's how you get the quantum leaps in life.
That's beautiful right there. And what would you say if somebody have a mindset that, I just have a limitation. I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do this. This is my obstacles and this is my challenges. What is one of the teachings that you teach about switching your mindset?
I think everyone has those things going on in their head, whether they want to admit it or not. What I talk to my clients about is looking at what they want to have happen. Because if you have fear of the future, that means that you're thinking of the future as if that's going to happen from the past. So if you start thinking about what you want to have happen, that is going to help that happen, because as you think, you become, and as you think, you create. Now, the deeper levels that I work on is the belief system, the negative programming that happened in childhood. What we do now is we can go into that and pull out the weeds, the negativity, the lack of limitation, and lack of some cases, not necessarily integrity, but lack of self-confidence, lack of wanting to do things or doing things, and then they turn out poorly or not the way you want it to be. And if you expect that to continue to happen, that will continue to happen. So when we go in and we pull those negative weeds and replace them with the polar opposite positive, what happens is that helps the unconscious, subconscious actually work with you to accomplish what you want to and what you're meant to accomplish in this life.
And just, would you agree if someone has said, okay, well, I don't know how to do this in order to get there, and if I am weak in this area, how would I focus on things? So if I have a weakness in maybe don't know how to use computer, how am I gonna succeed? So they're not focusing on their strength, they're focusing on their weaknesses.
Sure. Well, and there's two ways to overcome that. One way is to patch it with somebody who does know it. So if you're in business and that's a weakness of yours, then you find somebody who's strong in that and you hire them, basically.
So don't focus on your weaknesses, focus on
Right.
your strength,
Right.
and let somebody, that's exactly
Right.
what I have done.
Either that or become more effective in what your weakness is. 'Cause I work with a lot of salespeople, and if they have a weakness, let's say they don't feel comfortable or it's outside of their comfort zone to go and meet people or to go to networking or do whatever, there's techniques that we can do to help them increase their confidence and expand their comfort zone. So when they go out and do that, they feel comfortable.
They feel
And if they
Yeah,
feel
absolutely,
comfortable,
yeah.
they're going to do better. And if they do better, they're going to feel more comfortable, more confident.
And that's
They're going to
what I
make more money and all of that type of
There's
thing.
nothing impossible, nothing really impossible for
Yeah, I
anyone to
understand.
achieve, right?
That's true.
So it is up to our mind how we look at things.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. And again, to me, it's your belief system. You know, if something, let's say for public speaking, you know, that's one of the things that most people are afraid of, right? But if you were in a public speaking venue when you were a kid and you got laughed at, that's stuck in your unconscious, subconscious. So typically for a client that had something like that happen, we have to go into the unconscious, subconscious and eliminate, neutralize that particular challenge. That's just like if someone had something that's still bothering them as an adult that happened to them as a child, some drama or trauma that actually happened. It's removing that and
Removing the
replacing it
trauma.
with the polar opposite positive that will get them through that.
Very
It
true.
is very true because it happened to me maybe a month ago. Someone told me a word, some couple of words that someone long time ago told me, and that triggered something
can,
in me.
yeah, it'll paralyze
and I'm
you.
like, no, I'm not allowing anyone to tell me those words, and it really triggered. Later on, I realized that was a trigger because I heard that before, and it was very hurtful. So I dealt with it. I turned around and I dealt with it better because I knew what was trying to trigger me. No matter how advanced we get, still we have some things in our mind, some things
But
that happen.
at
you
least
know?
you
have it.
were aware of it.
Right.
So that's what I admire in you, is that the work that you're doing on yourself, you were aware that you were triggered. I call them traps and triggers, because once people get triggered, they're in a trap that runs around and around and around, and whoever is involved with that, especially guys,
Yeah.
you know, we have a tendency to experience that, I think.
So if this has happened
Yeah.
to someone and something is triggering you, you say, why did I get upset when this person said these words? Why is it? I think the question mark is very important, and to get deep and maybe clear it up with someone like yourself where you could help them with that. I learned how to help myself because I had no choice, but not everyone, you know, had to go through my situation to be my own help myself. We want to help them. We want, if you're staying home, we want to tell you that there is hope for everyone. And hope, I love this word because my book, Tears of Hope, and I have it in the book. If you spell hope, it's having open possibilities every day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, hope
like
is
that.
having
That is
open
very nice.
possibilities every day. Because that's what I had to keep my hope alive,
Yes.
right? And hope, some people, they think it's like you're sitting and you're gonna hoping something is gonna drop, you know, give
doesn't
you the,
work like
no,
that.
you're gonna have to keep your hope. And you did that.
Yes.
That was amazing. But where you're at right now, you must use some techniques and some tools that we want to share. We want to share with our audience that you look amazing. You have amazing confidence. I saw you speak, and I'm like, I need to have her on my show
Thank you.
because you have that. You want to empower women. I could see that. So, what
Absolutely.
is advice for you if someone going through obstacles turn it into opportunities?
The first thing, definitely Action. Action cures fear. If you're sitting and you're constantly self-doubting yourself and you're scared to make the first move, you're going to stay in that move. So action is the very first thing that I did, you know, not knowing how many women were going to come, but I trusted what was in my heart, and I knew that there was a greater purpose that I had to serve. And it's also, to me, selfish, right? When you hold on to a talent that you know you have and you're supposed to spread and share,
I like
right?
that.
You
It
got to
is
pour
selfish,
into
yeah.
other people. Don't hold on to that gift, right? That gift is to be shared so other people can heal. So when you are pouring and you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're in alignment with your destiny, other people are being able to see that, and somebody needs to know, oh, okay, if she did it, I can do it too.
Absolutely.
You know?
So if you have a gift, you're going through some obstacles, you're saying to them, go. I mean, just get out of your own comfort zone, because we
Yes.
need you.
Right.
You're saying we need you. You have a special gift
special
that the
gift.
world needs your gift.
Yes.
So don't focus on the obstacles. Focus on the gift that you've been given, and that
Absolutely.
can help you.
And the lives that'll be transformed from that, right? You
Yeah.
know, we often get caught up in our own, you know, fears and doubts, and you're equipped, as I said earlier, with everything you need to succeed, everything that you need to move forward in life. You just have to take action now.
So
on
get
it.
out of your own way.
Get out
and
of
take
your own way.
action. That's
Yes.
beautiful message. That's beautiful. How about
Thank
you?
you.
The last words. I started with the beautiful lady, and we're gonna give you
We're
the
gonna
last
end with you,
words.
Tim.
One of the things that I do, one of the first exercises that I give my clients, and you know we've talked about it before, is what I call the Watch Your Thoughts exercise. So everyone who's in the audience here, and if you contact Aimmee, we can get you these wristbands. It's called Watch Your Thoughts exercise. So what you do is you wear this wristband for a week, and then you put up like 30 sticky notes around your house, you know, in the bathroom, above the toilet paper, on the mirrors, on your TV sets, on the remote, when you walk in a door, out a door, to remind yourself for a week to watch your thoughts. And you ever watch clouds in the sky when you were a kid? You ever?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Right, some people say, and I do it
Right.
today, right? So what you're doing is you're reminding yourself to watch your thoughts, but you watch them like clouds in the sky. And instead of being part of them, like if you have an angry thought, instead of being angry, you just say, oh, that's an angry thought, or that's a sexual thought, or that's a whatever thought. You just watch that for a week. After a week, on the wristband, it has my website, the sm3success.com. You contact me, and I give you part 2. So this is part 1, and then I give you part 2. Part 1, everyone loves,
So,
and
you know, it is
they say it's
healthier,
profound.
okay? Yes.
Right? It's profound, and it's awareness. So if you're aware of traps and triggers, that awareness in many cases, just being aware makes it go away. But with this, it's a profound exercise. It helps you with awareness of what you're actually thinking, and then part 2 is even more profound.
Nice, very nice.
I like
and
that.
I think when we focus too much on what triggered us and what happened, we're just taken away from living our purpose.
You are.
We're just
Yes.
focusing on what other people think of us and all that stuff. Really quick, I would like you to look at the camera right there and give them your website.
So my website is KimBullock-Hennix.com, and that's BULLOCKHENNIX.
And then also we will write it down for them, and the same to you. Please give them
Thank
your
you.
website.
Thank you again. My name's Tim Zimmerman, SM3 Success. So it's SM3success.com. SM3 stands for Sales, Marketing, Management, and Mindset Control, and really control and development.
Well, it was really, really wonderful having both of you.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this conversation. We can have it forever. We can sit here and talk forever. That's why I wanted to do it roundtable discussion. It's not an interview. It's not about what you have, books or whatever. It's about what we can share with people. How can we help the world to be unstuck and find their way so they can get out, share their wisdom, and share their gift, so we can make the world a better place. I thank you so much for being here and giving us your wisdom. And please check them out. If you're stuck, if you feel like anything that you need help with, those two amazing individual human being are here to help you see light through darkness and see your life in a different perspective. I thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you on the next segment.
If you would like to be part of the studio audience or would like to be involved, please visit EmpoweringHumanityTV.com. Sponsored by The Negotiator Mind, shifts your perspective on life. Red Valley Media Group, EasyWay.tv, and the Women's Federation for World Peace at WFWP.us.